You are golden, you are good enough, like your fire from within. You're inspired, you inspire us, it's gonna be all good again.
Welcome back to the Roar Indie Author Interview Series. I'm your host, Brianna. I'm here with another new author to introduce you to. This is Analiza. I'm super stoked to talk to you today. Thank you so much for sharing some of your time with me. I really want to know, Analiza, what inspired you to be an author?
You know, I have, Brianna, two kids who are 6 and 10, and I never imagined I would be an author, except I was looking for books with people who look like us, particularly Asian American, and sadly, we couldn't find them. So that led me to creating books of my own. I've been in education for the past 17 years. So creating books for my kids also provided a pathway to providing books for other kids, especially of color.
Oh, I love that so much. My son was my inspiration too. So that totally resonates with me about just being inspired to write, getting stories out there, and also including diverse and unique characters. I don't think there's enough of them out there even now. But it's awesome to see that there's so many people who see that void and are working so hard to fill it. So I'm super excited to learn about your book. Now, what book is part of the Roar series?
So we have an Americans Who Inspire Us series, and the book that was chosen is actually Asian Americans Who Inspire Us. And so This book has, I'll just do a quick flash. It's got 16 Asian Americans, people, maybe you know them. And here we've got an ice skater. So Christy Yamaguchi, you might know her in the Olympics. And then a violinist over here, Yo-Yo Ma. So this is amazing musicians from the cello to gymnastics to ice skating, science, and it's featuring people who are like us and they did extraordinary things and we can too. So we can dream big starting when we're small. So this is like a book about inspiring all of us, not just people of color, but any which color. We can all do whatever is in our hearts.
Oh, I love that too, because anybody can be a role model to kids. And when I was a kid, I loved Christy Yamaguchi. I wanted to be a figure skater because of her. Now, I'm not a good ice skater at all. But I love that you pointed that out because she actually was one of my favorite ice figure skaters growing up. That's incredible. I love that. What age group is your book best for?
So ours is on the older end of elementary school. So probably grades 3 through 5, but honestly, kids as young as toddlers have sat on their parents' laps and read the books with their parents. And it's been really nice because when they see someone on TV or they'll just be talking on the subway or on the bus and they'll mention a person that they read. So while it's like maybe very easy chapter books, I would say it's for all ages, young and maybe into middle school.
Oh, that's awesome. Good to know. Good to know. I have a 5-year-old, so he likes all kinds of books too. So, and I'm always looking to support indie authors in particular. I feel like there's so many good stories out there that the mainstream publishers kind of miss. So I'm always about supporting any other indie author and getting those stories into my home as well. I feel like that's super, super important. What does it mean for you to be part of this project, Roar, and the Golden Ticket to Literacy?
It is so rare, Brianna, to be working, I think, with a community of other people who are trying to help bring positive messages to kids. And it's been a wonderful collaborative effort with everybody, including yourself, giving what they can to support each other, to be able to give books directly to schools where kids can see them and be inspired. So it's such an innovative way of working together and bringing it to where the most kids are at schools. So I'm excited about the collaboration.
I think that's been super awesome too. And what I've found is that it just seems like there's a lot of different perspectives that are all coming together for a common goal. And I think that's such a beautiful thing to kind of be part of. And I feel fortunate that I get to talk to everybody individually and just learn a little bit more about their stories and their backgrounds and what has inspired them. And it's just, I don't know, for me, it's like really awesome to see that there's so many people out there on the same page as me, trying to, put things out there, trying to create great content, trying to create great stories, trying to make sure they're inclusive and diverse and they reach a whole, socioeconomic status of kids. Like, so I'm like, every time I talk to someone, I'm like, oh, this is so exciting. Oh, like, I don't know. It gives me a lot of energy and hope, I guess. But on that note, anyway, what is a piece of advice that you would like to share for aspiring writers?
I hate to use that slogan, but just do it. Get out there and write. Get up in the morning, sit yourself down, put pen to paper or keyboard, a letter on your keyboard. But it's all about taking small steps. And if you can just take the first step, the next step is easier and the next step is easier. And to know that the voice in your head that maybe is telling you, oh, you can't do it, or what if no one wants to read it? Right. That's taking brain space. And so we can always choose to look at our thoughts and what beliefs help us to move us forward. And if that is not serving us, we can say, thank you for trying to keep me safe, but let's believe something else. And if I can just take one step forward each day, then I'm going to get to my goal. So I just say, just do it.
That's beautiful. I love that so much. Is there any other books that you'd just like to highlight that are part of your series?
That's so sweet. So we have the second book. So what's unique, Brianna, about this is I actually wrote it with my son. So the two of us worked together and we created this second book called Native Americans Who Inspire Us.
Wow.
And it was so much fun learning about all of these people. Some of them you might know, like Cochise or Sitting Bull, but others who are so amazing and they're alive today. Their histories, why they have helped shape this nation. Also, the erasure of their peoples and their history. It's really important for us to learn about and to support each other. So it's been really fun. Native Americans Who Inspire Us. We're working on our third book that will come out hopefully this year, Latin Americans Who Inspire Us. But it's all about how do we celebrate these amazing people like you and me who have really made a difference in the world. So fun. And his name I'm working with is Bryson. So I'm really excited about working with my son on this.
Oh, I love that name too. That's unique. I've never heard that before. That's awesome. I love a different name. I love something I've never heard before. But I have to tell you, I have such an affinity for Latin culture. I don't know what it is. I just love the food, the music, everything. So you gotta let me know when that book is out. Because that will probably be something that I would scoop up in a heartbeat. That's awesome. And are you planning more books after the Latin American to inspire us?
Maybe. I mean, we'd love to write one on LGBTQIA, maybe one for people with disabilities. I mean, it's all about how do you take communities that often don't get attention and say, wow, there is so much inspiration here. Can we look at it from a positive view and say, actually, there are tons of gifts if we can only look beyond the stereotypes? Oh,
wow. That's awesome. That's kind of like my book's behind me, Positively Penelope, and it's about a girl who's in a wheelchair and doesn't get to do like a race day, right? Because she's in a wheelchair, so she has to move about the world differently. And it's about overcoming what is seen as the status quo in order to find your place at the table. There's this great quote from Shirley Chisholm. She's like the first Black female senator, and she says, if they don't give you a space at the table, bring your folding chair. And I just think that is so empowering and so pivotal, because that's the only way to inspire change is to create it for yourself. So I think your book series sounds fantastic. I can't wait to check it out. And where can people find out more about your stories or follow you or get information if they want to buy something?
You can go to analizawolf.com, ANALIZA Wolf, WOLF.com, or you can go to Amazon. That's where the books are, or Barnes and Nobles. And you can also follow me on Instagram, same name, or Facebook. So really appreciate the support.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Analiza. I cannot wait to check out your book. And until next time, people, have fun reading.